Alright, so next we're going to be reacting to YouTube's disgusting Terminated channels by our good friend Fox Akimbo. Let's do this.
You know, YouTube has the ability to be a place of creativity and ambition like no other. But let's be fair, some people take the absolute piss, and they often get taken out by the YouTube gods. In this video, I'm going to cover some of the most unique reasons YouTube channels have been terminated, and trust me, some of them are bonkers. Also, before we get into things, make sure to follow me on all of my socials if you enjoy my videos. Aside from that, let's get into things. So let's start off with one that you guys all might know. This is Shani for Christ, and if you don't know her, you're in for a real lesson today because a lot of these channels are incredibly niche. It was June of 2021 when Shani for Christ's channel was terminated, after a long slew of being abusive to her family. The first major incident that led to her eventual online demise came in 2019.
Yeah, I don't
after
condone
she was
that.
convicted of assaulting her former partner, a man by the name of Jason Egroff, better known as Rev. She allegedly slapped him across the face before attacking him with a whip. Don't feel too bad for him though, because 2 years later...
Oh, she got caught! Yeah, like I said, once it's uploaded in the internet, it's there forever. Like I said when I covered Jay Kaiser. Yeah, think before you act and publish.
While Shani was live streaming, he threatened to beat her child as they were all driving in the car together. To make matters worse, based upon the article I read on the situation, it's to my belief that her son was aged about 12 to 13 and was autistic. Not only was she abusive, but also was her partner, and this was too much for YouTube, who declared that these incidents breached their terms of service, and Shani for Christ was deleted.
She no Christy now.
And then once again swiftly deleted. She's since tried to come back on multiple occasions, but each time the door has been slammed in her face, and it appears as though Shani for Christ's YouTube career is over, gaining about 3,000 subscribers by the time of deletion, but being much more infamous than her sub count led on. So just to try and introduce you to the weirdness that you have to be putting up on YouTube in order for your account to be deleted, the next tale is of Shugo Charaboy, otherwise known as Tyler Jaffitz. His channel would be erased from YouTube servers in August 2020 after reportedly using GoAnimate to make videos that promote child abuse, bullying, and even fetishes. Which, pause, can I ask, how did someone with only 1,800 subscribers at the time of his channel's deletion have this Wikitubia page with the works of Shakespeare about his controversies, history, and rivalries, and I can't get one? If there's one thing this video is going to do...
Of course, another Go animator that Fox Akimbo
I demand one
covered.
Right now, I deserve it. I fucking need it! Anyway, rant aside. Having a look at the re-upload of this guy's videos, I can understand why he was
that Pokio?
You need to understand that he was making GoAnimate videos
is he supposed to be
about like
a
Swipe
taller?
the Fox, and there was frequent cursing and implied underage girls wearing skimpy clothing. The deal is that these videos would have very likely had a very large audience of children, and this content simply isn't appropriate for them. But something I found interesting during the research of this video is that there's actually a GoAnimate wiki which has described Tyler Jaffitz, or Shugo Charaboy, as an abuser, stating, "He was seen by many involved as a horrible person with belly and man-child fetishes." So yeah, he's probably
man-child
fetishes.
Pause and
read it if you care to.
Never heard of that.
And don't think that this will be the last time we discuss GoAnimate in this video. This is only the tip of the iceberg. We have to go much deeper for the rest. So the next one is more of a group of channels that were all deleted around the same time, and for good reason. They are incredibly awful, the worst of the worst. It's almost hard to fathom how much of a villain you have to be to think that this would be an acceptable way of behaving. It's the pet rescue genre. So if you haven't heard of the pet rescue genre before, there's something that
I've seen this in the commercials on the TV a few times in my life.
YouTube success and money
Pretty sad.
than they do for defenseless animals. While on the surface these channels might seem very noble or wholesome, as we've seen on YouTube time and time and time again, often an entire genre has more than meets the eye. We saw it with family channels that exploit children for views.
Oh, Daddy
It happened with
05.
channels that faked content. It happened with
Jake Martin
primitive
is
building
still on
channels for the
YouTube
same
to this
reason.
day.
But the reason that YouTube deleted a
So it's
ton
Daddy
of pet
05.
rescue channels
But
was that they weren't actually
they're
saving
no
these
longer
pets, they were putting them
have
in
much
danger.
hated.
You see, the premise of these channels
Because
were usually
Jake
that there was an
Martin
injured
does pretty
puppy
good
or
content.
kitten, and someone would record themselves saving it
Doesn't
from
mean
a
I'm a
situation
criminal
and getting it back
supporter,
to full
guys.
health. But unless the videos are
It's just,
user submitted,
I think they
or the
learned
channel
their lesson
belongs to
after
a
like
company like the
9 years.
RSPCA, which deals with this kind of situation every day, you cannot make a pet rescue channel because you just wouldn't run into injured puppies and kittens every day. So what did these guys do? They injured them themselves. Nick Crowley has a fantastic
come
video
on,
on the
dude.
topic, which I'll link in the
Come on,
description
bro.
if you're interested in finding out more.
That ain't right.
According to Wikitubia, there have been over 30 different
That is
channels
not
that have
good.
been deleted for purposely putting animals such as dogs and cats in danger. For
That
the
is
purpose
not
of
good.
saving them on camera, making views, gaining subscribers, and earning money. If you've seen my videos before, you might know my stance on it. I think you had to be sick in the head to do this kind of stuff, but unfortunately, it does happen quite a lot. Oddcast is the next creator I want to talk about, and straight up, this
Oh, I
dude
heard about
is
him before.
infamous. His streams are definitely pushing the boundaries.
Oh, just for the quick reminder, guys, he fired his entire cast due to AI. So, most of the people in the world hated AI content because it's slop. Yes, I use 11 Labs sometimes for my videos, but at least it's goated and high quality, am I right? Or maybe, like, looking a little bit awkward. But at least it's way better than Sora AI, because Sora AI has, like, low quality. And most of the people were not really happy about that and called it AI slop. So, this is the reason why Sora Clips is scrapped, like my assistant said.
In all honesty, if I had the money, I would buy an Asian prostitute and bring it to America. I wouldn't teach her English at all. I'd keep her ass in the fucking house, just
Jesus.
cooking clean.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff he says online. Now, according to my research, he was already very close to termination before he was eventually snuffed off the platform in November 2021, on account of his toxic and frankly racist fanbase. But something would soon happen after to put the final nail in the coffin, and that was that he was apparently going to purge his Discord to get rid of all of the trolls, and then, and I quote, "After unmodding one of his mods, he failed to realise that the moderator had channel permissions, and the moderator took revenge by changing his channel profile picture to an asshole and uploaded the 2019 New Zealand mosque shooting, getting the channel permanently banned." Looking on YouTube, this guy did seem to have a very big cult following, but I guess that doesn't matter anymore because his channel is now lost to the earth, never to be revived. This is an interesting story. If you haven't heard of Dolly Flesh before, it's about
Yeah,
to open up a
I've
big
been through
can of
this
worms.
when my
So, Dolly Flesh
22,000
was a
subscriber
stop-motion
channel was
animator
deleted
on
3 years
YouTube
back.
and has been dubbed the internet's
It was really
most
hard to get back
disturbed
up
animator.
for the first couple
So
days.
what did he do that
Weeks
was
or
that disturbed?
months.
Well, a lot of his art seems to be depictions of what many people thought were his fantasies, many of these being very graphic and violent. Much of his work included
Oh, it's a
actions
good
such as
thing
dismemberment,
the British man
cannibalism,
censored it
sexual assault,
for-
and even animal abuse.
for the
But
safety.
not done in a way that might evoke subtlety, not that they're used in a larger narrative, in a way that
What the
glamorized
fuck?
them. And many people think that these are what he wanted to do. These were his fantasies.
Okay, that's just
It
a
was
little
clear to
creepy.
see that he loved to see women
Little
in
bit.
particular being gruesomely tortured or degraded. And speaking of torture, in 2021, Dolly Flesh was arrested after torturing and murdering his 3 pet hamsters. The method of which is extremely disturbed, and so
come
the less said on that,
on.
the better.
Come on,
Eventually,
bro.
it was brought to the attention of Susan and the YouTube
That's
team,
just scary
who
but
decided
sad,
that this
man.
art had to be erased from the site. In fairness, I think that all of the channels in this video that got terminated got what was coming to them. For example, our next entry. One of the most controversial figures in this video, Richard Spencer, is the subject of our next story.
Never heard of this guy either.
3,000 subscribers on YouTube when he was terminated in June 2020.
This guy looks rich.
While you might not know his channel, I'm sure you're aware of his work. And if you don't know what I mean, let me explain. While his name might not be that well known, he was one of the figureheads around the 2017 Charlottesville Unite the Right rally. A rally attended by white supremacists, neo-Nazis, and white nationalists, which ended in the deaths of 3 people. Now, I think it might be a bit easier to understand why YouTube decided that his voice on the platform needed to be taken away. Just by a simple look of his name up on YouTube, you'll be greeted with such gems as rebranding white nationalism, Richard Spencer wants to make
Hitler
white
wannabes.
Great. Watch Richard Spencer.
I guess the beyond and Goembe community wasn't the only one who has Nazis that supports cancel culture.
Africans have benefited from white supremacy.
God damn.
Wait, what? His beliefs are really full of shit, and again, he was a big figurehead in many of the biggest far-right movements over the past 5 years. It kind of makes sense that his channel was terminated. Speaking of full of shit, I really don't know where to begin on this one. On the 27th of March 2021, a channel by the name of Fuzzy Wuzzy was terminated from YouTube. It had about 1,600 subscribers at the time. Once I read its story, I knew I had to include it. The channel
sounds pretty lower than my sub count in my Alford Media channel.
So to get to the bottom of things, we had to go back to 2015 when it was created. 8 days after its inception, the owner of the channel uploaded a video titled Noisy Mess in Undies. And if I show you the channel icon, I think you can piece 2 and 2 together, but in case you can't...
Dude, come on, not some Shota and Wally shit. Good thing I'm not a fan of May and the Abyss anymore because of that. That anime ruined my life. And almost ruined my YouTube career. Thank God I just quit that. Though I use, like, the characters still. But not some fetish bullshit, bro.
If I'm not mistaken, this was someone who was shitting their britches on camera and putting the videos up on YouTube. I don't know what it is, but I've been talking about kinks and fetishes way more recently on the channel than ever before. Kill me. The platform got catch of his deeds in 2020 after he uploaded a video.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you.
The following year, the swift hammer of YouTube struck upon Fuzzy Wuzzy, and his Dookie empire was flushed down the toilet, as it were. Shay Gacha. This video is something else. So if you don't know who Shay Gacha is, or
hey, come on, not the gal face.
Deleted, her channel
I love that from Vegeta
in the early months of 2021 for saying some of the most vile stuff you perhaps could. For one, she mocked both cancer and Tourette's, saying that they don't exist and that people need to stop faking them. She then,
of course, the Belle of the Wolf 2.0, or Belle of the Wolf wannabe. Also, I covered Belle of the Wolf before in my Terminated channels, one of my Terminated channels, but it's sadly lost.
And uploaded videos of her beating up cancer patients and people with Tourette's in Gacha Life. And of everything she's known for, this is probably the least bad. Trust me, it gets worse from here. It was the same year, 2021, where she started to gain attention online because after YouTuber Jacksepticeye's father passed away, she made videos mocking both the deceased and the bereaving. Insulting Septiceye.
Oh, come on, not the goat-ass YouTuber.
Videos gained tens of thousands of views, and Shay Gacha gained a few thousand subscribers. This would arguably be topped, though, because she then would argue that maps or...
Oh, dude. She couldn't handle hate and criticism either? Come on. Why don't any of these Gacha Life users or Go animators just ignore their haters nowadays? I'm 21 years old, close to 22 in December 10th of this year, 2026. I don't act like this anymore. I moved on with drama because I don't want to get any more strikes and keep on taken down many more times. Bro, come on. Suck it up, will you?
MAPs, I don't really know the acronym if you pronounce it MAP or not, were a good thing. And if you don't know what an MAP is, it stands for a minor attracted person. And yeah, she went on to support Map Pride and was shortly terminated afterwards. Of course, she was very likely trolling. I can't think that anyone in the world is that obscene. At least I refuse to believe it. But in short, she was terminated for clearly violating YouTube's guidelines. Nothing more to say on the matter. This was a termination for all the right reasons. So this next one, I really don't know how controversial this is going to be. I want to see your guys' reaction to this story.
Sorry guys, I was trying to fix
Mail, and just
these
like the
things a
pet
little
rescue
bit.
videos, she's just the tip of the iceberg of a much larger genre of YouTube video. So Natasha
No
Mail was
shit,
part of a genre
Sherlock.
of YouTube videos that has essentially been culled, and that genre is the breastfeeding niche. Now, obviously, people are going to have differing opinions on where and when new mothers can whip out the milk makers. I'm not going to touch that argument.
Hey, the kitchen looks similar to SML's apartment that Logan used to live. You know, the apartment? Before I became a fan of SML to begin with.
But what about when it comes to not
That's
a
about
new
it.
mother at all? So the deal is that it's going to be quite difficult to make content surrounding breastfeeding because, first of all, YouTube's guidelines surrounding nudity are quite enforced, but you can only do it for a maximum of 2 years per child, right? Well, apparently wrong. Because despite most sources I've found online, such as the NHS and the American Academy of Pediatrics, stating that 6 months to about 2 years is the right time to stop breastfeeding, over the past 5 or so years, Natasha Mail and roughly 15 other channels have been terminated for breastfeeding older children. Breastfeeding my 9-year-old? Why? Inappropriate? And perhaps more worryingly, breastfeeding until 18 years? But you shouldn't worry too much because these are...
Come on, that's just
clickbait.
incest, bro.
She says that she'll stop...
That's
when
some
it feels
Alabama
natural to
shit.
Stop, and that will probably be around the age of 8. Now, it's 2022. Of course, I'm not going to be the one to tell a woman what she can and can't do with her body. I'd surely get cancelled. Oh, that was a tough legal battle. Personally, 8 is way too old. I would not want to be known as that kid that sucked his mother's tits until year 3. Absolutely not. But I'm probably the least able person to answer this question because I was bottle fed as a baby anyway. YouTube has tried to come down on her content, but every few months she keeps coming back with new channels. Oh yeah, and I should also mention that this is a fetish thing for some people.
Is she still fighting for money or
something? If you search her
something?
name up, you'll find a bunch of playlists of women
Or to be
jugs
loved?
exposed to the world. If you
At least
ask me,
censored.
this is a bit of
At least
hullabaloo.
Fox Akimbo
So there's been a
censored
trend
that.
so far in this video that many members of the far right are recipients of YouTube's termination, and Baked Alaska is no different. He is an alt-right personality and white supremacist, and since we've already had 1 or 2 of these, I'll keep things brief. According to Wikitubia, he was terminated for posting a video in which he didn't stop harassing shop owners after being asked to wear a mask in October 2020. This might just be the tip of the iceberg though, no pun intended, because only 2 months later, he'd be involved in the January 2021 Capitol attacks, using the online service D-Live to live stream the event, because his YouTube channel had been terminated. 16,000 people tuned in to watch his version of the events. If he did have a YouTube channel still, he likely would have streamed it there, so it might be for the best that he didn't. Especially since he was actually out on bail after pepper spraying a bouncer in December 2020. He was apprehended by the FBI a few days later after the Capitol attacks. And yeah, this was after his termination, but nonetheless I think it stands as a good example for the sort of behaviour that he was promoting. He was hit with violating the guidelines of hate speech and hasn't been seen on YouTube ever since. All 35,000 subscribers of his gone down the drain. Officer Poop 247, let's see what we have here.
Another
so
Go
he's
animator.
actually best known for being featured in one of Mr. Beast's videos dedicated to bad YouTube intros, but he actually garnered a modest YouTube following before his eventual termination, creating none other than Go Animate videos revolving around the kid's cartoon character and everyone's least favourite bold 5-year-old, Caillou. Now, despite the fact that anyone creating Caillou content should be immediately struck from YouTube servers, Officer Poop did last a little while, but on the 20th of May 2018, the YouTube gods would smite him after he breached community guidelines.
I was a lame
once,
in
not
small
twice, but
YouTuber.
thrice, and his channel was soon no more. Oh yeah. The
Also, you
reason
guys
the
didn't know
channel
me
was
yet.
Terminated is clear as day. If you've never heard of Evaline, let me tell you a little story. In May 2016, YouTube decided to exterminate her from the platform after it was very clear that her controversial misdeeds would never cease. So what did she do then? Well, she was a straight up Nazi. Like, there was no doubt about it. She made
Of
vlogs
course,
talking
another
about how Hitler
one.
did nothing wrong, which was
He's right, I don't like
common
red.
back then. She
At
made
least
a
not
bunch of
anymore.
videos about how to recognize Jews, and perhaps most
It's a
bizarrely,
good thing I'm wearing
she sang
this.
Happy Birthday to Hitler on 420 instead of taking a dank bong rip.
Dude, come on.
If she had her priorities straight, now you know for sure.
Just like Amanda Carteret did, I was about to cover her sooner, but I'm afraid I may not doing commentary videos anymore because I'll get a strike. And yeah.
It goes without saying that this dangerous way of thinking would be snuffed out by YouTube, but it's kind of scary to think that 60,000 people liked her views and opinions enough to subscribe. So if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and make sure I am beating this Nazi. Just make sure to hit that big red button. But if you're not convinced yet, let's get on with the rest of the video, and hopefully eventually you will be. And if you don't subscribe, the Nazis win. I can't believe I just did that. There's been a recent development in the creator that I'm going to talk
That's
about
some
next.
good microphone.
His name is
It's way better than
ASMR,
mine.
and his channel was terminated in June 2021 at about
better than mine.
128,000
get that.
subscribers for a long list of reasons that he's since spoken about on Twitch. And that development was that as of last week, he was also banned off TikTok. What might be the reason for his bannings? Well, let me describe it to you like this. When you're a creator that has the same level of success and fame that Ghetto ASMR had, even if you look like a soggy fucking pancake, you're going to have a lot of people of the opposite sex, or maybe even the same sex, DM you, slide into your DMs. And there have been a lot of creators over the years that have basically given up
Mini
everything
lad.
for a few moments of
And that
satisfaction.
high sister guy.
Ghetto ASMR was
I
one
don't
of them.
remember that.
It's a tale as old as time online,
I
and
don't
it's
remember
repeated
his
itself
name.
once again. Apparently he uploaded an unlisted video and sent it to a fan. An unlisted video that featured his genitals. This would only be the tip of the iceberg,
Bro,
though,
what?
because the guy has been accused of sexting multiple underage people, and his reputation towards women has been completely tarnished. Apparently the lad can't find a missus without using his platform to do so, and he was reportedly trying to find his #1 fan. Now, many of the times that he DM'd fans or asked for their nudes was after his channel's deletion, but nonetheless, it's not like he became a sex pest overnight. He was obviously doing it before his channel got the axe, and it was apparently the largest cause of his channel's termination. Speaking of classic YouTube stories, I think the sex pest and this next one really do go hand in hand as the most popular and the most played out. It's a classic story. Someone wants to be big on YouTube and they want it so bad that they forget about ethics and their judgment is clouded. They go balls to the wall in an attempt to achieve their goals, but eventually they're led astray and they cross the line one too many times, and then they just get shafted by YouTube, never reaching the promised land that they gave up everything for. Vorfi is the next YouTuber who got his channel deleted, and I think his Wikitubia entry on his deletion sums up in good words why he was deplatformed. Vorfi has been streaming a Fortnite fashion show since April 1st and practically brainwashes his viewers into subscribing, liking, using his code, donating money, and even worse, asking for viewers to become
So
members.
greedy.
The actual stream is on a 30-minute loop and remains on
I wouldn't
forever.
do that if I
He
were
also
him.
threatens his viewers to use the code or else they'll be kicked from the fashion show they desperately want to get into. So if I'm not mistaken things, this guy was basically extorting his child audience and cheating the system in doing so. It seems to me like he wanted power, he wanted fame, and he wanted money, and eventually it became too much, and he was terminated. So this next one I could have spoken about last time in my video about YouTube's criminal practices, which you should watch after this one, by the way, if you haven't already, but I decided to include it in this video instead. And that was a channel that was terminated in April 2021 called The Bell Life, which featured a pair of brothers, Justin Bell, aged 27 at the time, and Howard Bell, aged 44 at the time, who liked
At least they're
show.
At least they're not showing their genitals.
Ill-conceived and often very stupid, even for YouTube pranking standards where the bar is infamously an inch off the floor. The strange thing to me is that the prank that I think sealed the deal was performed in the latter months of 2016. It was driving a motorcycle through Walmart while scantily clad and wearing a cape. The two brothers were subsequently arrested for their actions and each faced a felony of wanton endangerment, and the video was eventually removed. But this doesn't explain why it would almost be half a decade later that their channel would be removed. Either way it was, and the pair had to move to a new channel. So, audio listeners, you might want to divert your eyes to the screen right now. Let's just
Oh,
watch
for
a clip
7,000?
right now. I'm not going to
That's
say
more than
anything,
me.
and wonder to ourselves why this channel might have been terminated from YouTube.
Pedophile gaming?
Okay, yeah, I know I said that was the reason he got banned. It actually wasn't, at least according to his Wikitubia. According to his Wikitubia, he's apparently not a man of that inclination, but also according to his Wikitubia, he's 17 years old. So that makes it two hard things to believe. Now you might
Oh,
be
this
out here
user's
saying,
3
well,
months
Fox,
older than
you're
me.
just going hard on this guy. Why are you out here calling him a nonce? And no, it wasn't the fact that he apparently made George Floyd gaming. Nah, this guy made a video titled, I Hate British People.
Oh, come on.
Racism, homophobia, transphobia, classism. I'll give them all a pass under specific circumstances, but Anglophobia is not a joke. Millions of people suffer every year. We will not be oppressed for any longer. I have a Discord linked in the description. If you want to join the cause, click on it, join it. The British people and all of our allies will not be silenced a moment longer. You could follow
Exactly.
me on my Twitter, my Instagram, or my Twitch to hear our next steps. Or you could financially support the cause by helping me out on Patreon. All of these will be linked in the description. That's all I have today, comrades. So please let me know down in the comments what you'd like to see me do next, because I'm only 121 videos in, and I'm already out of...
Alright, so